Hey there and welcome. If you've ever felt like you're just not getting those amazing, mind-blowing results from AI that you see everyone talking about, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to stop being beginners and start being architects. We're going to build the blueprint for mastering AI prompts. Let's dive in.
So, does this sound familiar to you? You go to ChatGPT or some other AI, you ask it to do something, and what you get back is, well, it's fine. Kind of generic, maybe a little boring, and sometimes it just completely misses the point. You try again, and you get a totally different result. It's that inconsistency that's so frustrating, right?
Well, here's the thing. The problem isn't the AI. The AI is unbelievably powerful. The real problem is how we're talking to it. And it pretty much all boils down to one fundamental mistake that almost everybody makes when they're first starting out.
And here it is. The single biggest mistake is treating a powerful, creative, generative AI like it's just a simple search engine. This one little thing is the root cause of almost all of those bad, frustrating AI outputs. I mean, think about it. It's not Google. You would never expect Google to write you a heartfelt poem or draft a business plan from nothing. You use it to find information that already exists. But for some reason, we approach these AIs with that same search and find mentality, and that is exactly where the communication just completely breaks down.
You know that old saying from the early days of programming, garbage in, garbage out? Well, it has never been more true than it is right now with AI. If you give it a vague, low-effort prompt, you are absolutely guaranteed to get a vague, low-value answer right back. The quality of what you put in directly determines the quality of what you get out.
So how do we fix this? It really just takes a little mindset shift. We have to stop being simple askers and start thinking more like engineers. We need to move away from just asking for information to actually building the machine that's going to create that information for us. And this table here, it just perfectly sums it up. On one side, you've got a search engine. Its function to fetch stuff that's already out there. Your role is just to be an asker. But on the other side, you have AI, what we can call an engine. Its function is to reason and build something totally new. And that means your role has to change. You're not an asker anymore. You are the architect. You're the one designing the output. And, you know, this is all people really mean when they use that fancy term prompt engineering. It's not rocket science, I promise. It is simply the art of writing perfect, clear, and super specific instructions. That's it. It's all about being the best possible architect you can be for your AI. So this all leads us to a really simple but incredibly powerful formula. To get intelligent output, you need to give the AI two key things. First, context. That's the who and the why behind what you're asking. And second, the instruction, the specific what you need it to do. When you combine those two things, that's when you unlock the AI's real intelligence. Okay, building on that foundation, let's get into a really powerful method for getting professional-grade results every single time. It's a structured framework that we call the PMLA method. PMLA, it stands for Prompt as Memory Loop Architecture. Now, this isn't just some clever trick for a single prompt. It's a whole system you can use to turn a forgetful chatbot into a consistent, super smart AI agent that actually works for you. Okay, so how does this thing actually work? It's way easier than it sounds, and we're going to break it down with two really simple analogies that I promise will stick in your mind: the backpack and the memory loop. So first, we have to understand the core problem that PMLA solves. In a normal conversation, an AI basically has short-term memory loss. It's true. After a few messages back and forth, it starts to forget the original context, its role, and the rules you gave it at the beginning. That's why conversations so often go off the rails and get inconsistent. The solution starts with what we call the backpack. Just imagine giving your AI a little backpack to carry with it through your entire conversation. And inside that backpack, you put a sticky note. On that note, you clearly define its role, like you are an expert copywriter, and its goal. Your goal is to write high-energy social media posts. See where this is going? This is how you create the memory loop. By forcing the AI to check its backpack before every single response, it can no longer forget what its job is. You're actively creating a loop that reminds it of its core purpose in every single prompt. And here's exactly how you do it. Step 1, define that role and goal. That's the backpack. Step 2, you start your conversation by giving it this context. And step 3, and listen up because this is the most important part, you have to re-inject that core context into every single prompt you write after that. The result? The AI never ever loses track of its instruction.
The difference is honestly like night and day. Before you use a method like PMLA, you get that inconsistent tone. The AI forgets the rules, it even hallucinates and just makes stuff up. But after you apply PMLA, it follows your guidelines perfectly, it operates with professional grade stability, and it acts like a truly smart, reliable agent working with you.
Okay, theory is great, but let's make this super practical. It is your turn to put this into action right now by building what we call a super prompt. This is really the key that unlocks everything we've just been talking about. Here it is, the template for your super prompt. It has 4 simple parts. First, the role. Who is the AI? Second, the context. What's the background info it needs? Third, the task. What exactly do you want it to do? And finally, the memory constraint. This is the part that creates that loop. It's where you remind it of its core purpose. For example, you might end your prompt with something like, remember to maintain the expert copywriter persona from our first instruction. Use this template, and I guarantee your results are going to transform.
With the right mindset and the right architecture, you can achieve absolutely incredible, consistent, and professional results from AI. So the only question left is, are you ready to stop asking and start engineering?